Hi there, this is Anastasia Love of lovingspirit.ca with Leanna of Leanna Jane Yoga.
Hey.
And she is one of our yoga teacher graduates. She trained with us in 2015, and we have a yoga teacher training coming up for 2018. We started March 2018. So we've got a couple of free intro nights for you to come out, have a class, meet the teachers, go over the syllabus, and to save major money. I wanted you to meet and talk from the horse's mouth for Leanna of, tell them about your experience with us and if you would recommend us and why.
Well, obviously I would recommend you. Or I wouldn't be here. I was driving home. My parents took my kids for the night, and I was just driving home like, oh my gosh, the night it can't be over. I can't just go home. So I'm like, I need to stop in and say, Anastasia, let's do that video we talked about. So I am obviously a dear friend of yours, and you are a dear friend of mine. But that is not why I took the training, because as I mentioned, I did do research in other places. But I think for me, the schedule was helpful. The schedule worked for me.
Which is we meet every second Sunday,
yeah,
9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then we have the summer off and holidays off.
Yeah.
Right.
So the schedule worked for me because I was a busy mama. Still am, but I was working still 50 hours a week. I was pregnant. It was total nuts and chaos, but I was still able to fit it in because the schedule worked. The other thing that was absolutely key, or I wouldn't have been able to do it, was your willingness to implement a payment plan. And without that, I have to say, that would have been really difficult. And then I would have felt really stressed and strained financially. And then I think that impedes your ability to truly sink in and enjoy a course. So that was a really big one for me, huge.
So we still offer that if that's what you need.
Yeah, and not everybody does.
Right.
I love the fact that there's two of you and that you support each other, but that you balance each other out. So you've got Christopher, who's this, like you said, an encyclopedia of just everything you ever want to know, about anything, ever. Christopher,
on the spot.
He just pulls it out. But he has so much knowledge that you're just sort of sinking, you're sitting there and you're soaking it all up, rather. You're just soaking it up. So he's got great stuff to offer that way. And he helps you kind of with the mind stuff. So meditation, I really have to say, I really changed my meditation practice just from what I learned from him.
Right. And Christopher teaches a classical hatha, trained in India. Very
classical.
Regimented.
Yes. Very different from the yoga I did with you.
Very grounding yoga.
Yeah.
And with me, what did you experience with me or find the...
So he helped with the mind stuff, and then along comes Anastasia, and with her energy, it's she's there. It's very playful, very fun, very just trust yourself and go with your instincts. Have that confidence, and then that helps show up. When I teach a class, I still remember those lessons. Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow. And it's finally dawned on me, all these years, what go with the flow means to me, right? It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's nice to have structure because structure gives you freedom, right? So I loved how you helped with the body, getting into the body, being in the body, being grounded and present in the body. And actually, you have an incredible knowledge base of the chakras. And I don't know if there are other instructors that have as much just knowing about it and experience with it. And for me, I think that's something that Christopher doesn't necessarily do as overtly as you do. So that's, I think, where you balance each other out.
Thank you. So what would you say if one of these people watching this is thinking about doing our yoga teacher training in 2018? What can you say to them?
I would say, if you're even considering any yoga training, or any kind of, any training at all, I think it's about... It's about feeling right about the decision. And I think feeling right means not overthinking it too much and kind of getting rid of those scripts that pull you away from your decisions. I can't afford it. Yes, you can because you have a payment plan.
Right.
I don't have time for it. Yes, you do because you make time for what you want to make time for.
Right. And
so I think that's a big part, and letting go of those scripts that say why you can't do something. For me, it was a very obvious choice. I'm going to do this for sure.
What'd you get out of it the most?
But for some people, I think they don't You don't have to want to be a yoga instructor from
Right.
the training. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if you want to just kind of fully up level your own spirituality,
Right.
that's available to you.
And we specialize in niche yoga that it can fit into your lifestyle. And how is your niche fitting into your lifestyle? What's going on?
Yeah, so it's working. I think it's something that just takes time, and I think what I learned from you is go with your intuition. Go with your intuition. Find your flow. It'll come. Trust.
Right.
And it's come.
Wonderful. She's really doing it.
Yeah. So
you got a good gift from your training.
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Leanna Jane Yoga, and I hope you can make it to our free intro. That's this, so you can see on our website when it is, the updated dates. Okay, thanks. Peace.
Bye.
Namaste.